last week, we're putting a tape or a piece of elastic around the waist of the dress form. Oh, you can understand that. And you pin it or tie it in place, does not matter. At this point, and this is going to sit just where the waist is, at this point it is way useful for you to mark where the elastic sits so you know where the waist is now, because you're not going to see it again. All the way around. Okay, next step is we are now going to take the fabric from above the waist, make sure you have no pins left anchoring the fabric, and pull it up, okay, through the elastic. Could be sneaky here at the side, okay? You keep pulling from the above the elastic, front and back, until you get what we have over here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this overfold is quite long. That is what you want. If you look at the picture of the statue at the start of this chapter, take a look and see what the proportions are like. You may want this overfold to go longer, shorter, okay? Aim for what's happening on the statue. So, that's happening here. Then we have a waist goodie. And this one, you might go, yeah, but how much exactly do I do this? All right, just crumple up on the lengthwise grain of your waist sash, as big or as short as you want. And you're going to pull this. Let's see, where did they say to tuck it in? Something like I think it's something like under the bust on one side.
It says, wrapping one of the ends over on into the waist.
Well, that's helpful, isn't it? So find a nifty place to wrap your sash to hide one end, and then just to keep adjusting the gathers as you go around the form. There's no right or wrong to how you adjust the gathers. This is a little awkward. Try and see as much gathering as possible, okay? All the way back to the front. And then at this point, this is where I would recommend then taking the other end and going ahead and wrapping it and getting it under the waistband. We'll go toward about the side seam. Magic?
Magic.
Not so much.
Not in this place.
Okay, last step. Oh, no, I forgot the shoulder.
Uh-oh.
When you do the shoulder, okay, go ahead and let go of your pins in the front and decide, all right, I want the neckline to be open, let's say to the princess seam, and bring your fabric over the shoulder seam, and you can gather some of it up here.
And what's the princess seam?
The princess seam is the seam that comes down over the bust,
Okay.
from the shoulder to the waist and then to the hem. So I'm just pulling my fabric up, tight, not too tight, but tight enough that it will sit on the shoulder. And see, I'm folding it up into little pleats. You would actually be gathering this when you go to sew it. Get these pins out of the way now. and I'm going to let this
You
pin
draped
drop.
so well, it looks like a full-blown shirt. It looks like a full outfit now.
Well, it's getting there, it's
Yeah,
not
it's
quite
got all
there.
the little contours and all that detail.
Okay, so, sorry, I'm gonna just adjust this a tad. More like this. No, I didn't let it. I don't know, hangs against there.
Do you want the book?
Huh?
Okay, so there we have our shoulder seam, and the front can be drooping down, because you're going to want the droop happening from both sides, okay? Not a huge droop, but something like that. Got it?
In the book, it shows that she put a
Oh, they used
pin
to-
on that
Thanks
shoulder
for
where
doing
your
the
hand
steps.
is.
It's easier to
Yeah,
understand that way
there.
than from the
Yeah.
book. I understand this
And you may
way.
want to anchor it right there, for the time being.
So just do the best we can with the video and the book, and you don't expect it to be perfect, right? So it may not look like that.
You will be perfect.
Huh?
When
You
you
will
do,
be perfect.
when you do the back to
Yeah.
arrange the shoulder seam,
Yeah.
you fold the fabric under,
Mm-hmm.
same way you did for your side seam.
Okay.
And you're going to bring that over the gathers and pin that right down onto where the previous pins are. So the back, actually, you should have some gathering in the back, my fault, as well as the front, but you do want to establish where the seam line is going to be with those gathers. Okay? So we have a folded edge here.
Sorry, I just wanted to see.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you want to see that.
There, we're done.
Nope, last step. Doo-doo. Little shoulder sash. Why they do this last, I don't know, because you could do it before the waist sash. Again, you're going to take the width of the shoulder sash and just kind of gather it up. It's going over the gathered shoulder, right?
No, the other
It's going over the
side.
other side. Okay, thank you. Okay, the front end of the sash hangs down. The back end, well, let me do it right. Front end tucks under your waist sash. And then hangs down, okay? Just rough it out in this position first. And then over the back, arranging of some gathers. It's going to come down at an angle across the body and tuck in to the back of the sash. Like yay. Right, that's the procedure. Now you want to go back and look at the bottom of the sash, the bottom of the overfold, and the hem of the skirt. And if you need to do any adjusting for the proportion, you can do it now. Oh, I want this sash much shorter, and then adjust it to the back, or bringing the gathers forward and saying, all right, I need that much longer than the overfold. Okay? All right, that's it. Now, with the book, the video from the book, you would look at all of chapter 1, part 1.
Okay, this is 1 through 8?
It's 1 through like 10.
Okay.
Each of those are like a minute and a half. And in one, she just shows you how to put the muslin up. In another, she shows you how to put the elastic around the waist. So it's really step by step, so it won't take you forever. But with all of this, you should be able to get through this entire drape. I would like to see it perfectly mocked up or pinned in place here, because taking it apart is going to be miserable to
You
sew
want
it
it,
back
and to
together.
be in here, you want it to.
What?
Would you like it to be in here when we're doing it, so you want us to do it in here and then to keep it marked up?
Well, unless you have a form at home that
No,
you
I
can
don't,
put in.
but because
You
of
have
that
to do
last
it here.
conversation, okay.
Yeah, you'll
So we're
have
not
to do it.
sewing this yet?
No,
No,
this, the
Okay.
first one you will sew the side seam and the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
This one, we're not gonna sew because the marking of it is quite complicated.
Oh, okay.
And we'll skip that part for now, we'll get into that. But you're gonna wanna mark your side seam, shoulder seam, at least the position of your waist belt and position of the sash.
Now,
With
if we have questions,